Hey everyone, in this video we are going to be looking at the 3.1 Part 1 Big Ideas. So we have a couple of vocabulary words. We've seen these words before, but we're going to take a look at them again. The first one is our explanatory variable. And our explanatory variable is used to make predictions. The other thing that we need to know about the explanatory variable is that it goes on the horizontal axis, or what most people call the x-axis. So an easy way to remember this is explanatory variable goes on the x-axis. So pretty easy to remember that. The other vocab word that we want to look at is the response variable. And the response variable is the outcomes that respond to the change in the explanatory variable. So let's change that real quick. Respond, there we go. But the outcomes that respond to the change in the explanatory variable. This is pretty obvious that it is going to go on the vertical axis or the y-axis. So there we go. We've got two vocab words, the explanatory variable and the response variable. Now, when you make a scatter plot, one of the things that you're going to be asked to do is describe the relationship. Now, one of the things that helps us describe the relationship is a statistic called the correlation coefficient, and the symbol for that is R. But that particular statistic is not in part 1 of our of this lesson. You will get this in part 2 of this lesson. But there's three things that we need to remember to help us describe, or three things we need to talk about when we describe a relationship between two variables. The first thing is the direction. Do we see a positive direction or a negative direction? And this is based on the slope of the dots that you're looking at. Then number 2 is the strength. How strong is that linear relationship? If you see a bunch of dots that are really in line with each other, we would say that that is very strong. If they're kind of in line with each other, we could say just strong or fairly strong. If they're just kind of all over the place and you can kind of see a linear pattern there, but it's really not very strong, we go to weak. And if we've got dots all over the place, it's very weak. The last thing that we need to describe when we're talking about the relationship between two variables is the form. And you're either going to see a linear form or nonlinear. That's all you have to say is it is either linear or nonlinear. So as you work on this into the future, as you work on some homework problems and we looked at some different things in class, you'll get more examples of how to describe the relationship with direction, strength, and form. Hopefully this helps, and hopefully you have a great day.